welcome back to Rolling with Autism. Today we are boondocking again. There's my husband Donnie. We are actually trying this experience with Addison. He is currently in our camper right now, rocking the YouTube and just enjoying himself while we set up. So we're going to be filming our adventure to see how we boondock with autism. One of the things that we have found that works really easy for us and makes life a whole lot easier is we set up what we call our quick bar. What this entails is, of course, our morning coffee, bowls for cereal, spoons, teas. We use a little filter for our coffee. We also have bananas for snacks. We have some chips for snacks. We have our Ultima drinks that we can just, little packets that we can put into any bottle of water that works for Addison. We did a video with him at the AIM event. If you haven't seen that, we'll link that video to this one. These are all natural, no artificial dye. There's nothing in them that will cause any negative behavior associated with autism and the type of food that we eat. We also have Addison Kool-Aid singles. We don't like to give them these too much because it does have an artificial sweetener in it, but they are easy to take with us camping. Usually at home, we'll do regular Kool-Aid with stevia. One of the things that we found that we're going to try with Addison is you can take a regular hot dog or whatever type of hot dog that you are able to eat, whether it be vegan or vegan, soy, all natural, and wrap it in a croissant, stick it on a stick, and roast it over a campfire. So it's kind of like having pigs in a blanket over a campfire. So we're going to try that with Addison, see how engaged we can get him in this activity, and that's what lunch is going to be. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so our pigs in the blanket on a stick didn't work, so what we've done is we've created kind of a makeshift Dutch oven with disposable pans. We're going to keep it on here for about 10 minutes and see how we do. Addison is enjoying his chair and outdoors immensely with no devices, so I'm thoroughly pleased with that. Hey, listen. We're just going to be here for 5 minutes, okay? Can we take a picture of the pretty lake? Let's take a picture of the river. It's so pretty. You don't like it here? Addison, do you like it here? Stop. Hey. Okay. So the river was a complete and utter bust. In the world of autism, you take chances and sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. Now, that being said, Addison will still be responsible for the consequences of his behavior in said situations, and so yeah, it was not a good experience for us as it could have been. I think he was a little intimidated by the river. But since 2 weekends ago he got into the lake, we thought we would try the river. He also may not be feeling all that great, so we'll just have to wait and see. But again, he will still be held responsible for the consequences of his behavior, because if we let one instance slip, then he thinks he can get away with it all the time. Not gonna happen. So, being real here, guys. Right now, this isn't all fun and games. We're having a lot of behavioral problems with Addison, and we are really struggling through it. As parents, we're very, of course, stressed out, and our child is, of course, stressed out. But we've made a decision, and we're sticking through this. And it's not that anyone is uncomfortable. We're in our teenage years where puberty, we have hormone surges, and obviously we're having a doozy of one today. If we give in and just go home, then we don't get to experience other things later on. And again, we're teaching him that if you ask for camp and we go camp, we will camp. He doesn't just get to go home when he wants to. It's a choice that he made. This is something where he is just pushing boundaries because he doesn't want to do something, or he just doesn't want to do it anymore. Well, life isn't like that, and we're starting the lessons now that life isn't fair. Just because you don't feel like adulting today, then you just don't have to adult today. Man, if only that were true. But yeah, these are the lessons that we're trying to teach him. He's 13, he'll be 14 this year. He's no different than any other teenager out there. And half the time that we have traveled, he's been happy, he's been very excited about traveling, and the other half, we're having the behavioral issues. And it is extremely stressful on both my husband and I. But we want these experiences for him, and we're pushing through that to get these experiences for him. Because we feel it's important. It's stuff that we never got to do as kids. And we just really want the world for him. And so we will fight through our own anxiety, our own frustrations, and we will, you know, call him up to the front and say, hey, this is not acceptable. What you're doing is not okay. This goes to show, it just goes to show, no matter how much you plan, the unexpected can always happen. That, and Addison's already asleep. So we're gonna roast some marshmallows. So we are winding down our evening here, and like I said before, Addison's already asleep. So we're gonna head to bed just as soon as possible, and we'll be heading home in the morning. So that concludes our question of autism. Will it boondock? Yes. The answer is yes, it will. I think I have a few more gray hairs from it. I would very much prefer to stay in areas where Addison does have access to different amenities like parks or pools, or just closer to stuff that he really enjoys, and where the internet isn't so spotty. We did have some issues with that, which ignited some anxiety as well. So, will autism boondock? Yes. Will we do it again? Maybe not. But you'll have to stick around to see. So that's it for this episode of Rolling with Autism, and as always, through adventurous learning. So just roll with it. Bye.